ready? Mayhaps. As we try to transition screen. Oh wait, we need one more thing open. And
you said we were ready.
I know I said I was ready, but I was like, I didn't lie to you. I just was not fully prepared. We're gonna turn on the fan. I know that's gonna catch a little bit on the mic, but I'm like, it is sweltering in here.
I think it feels fine.
Not everybody is born in a sauna.
Forgive me for coming from a desert.
Yeah, forgive you for coming from the desert. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go ahead and worry about that later. Logging into some stuff, but it's okay. We'll be okay. It's not important stuff. You're pressing X for doubt.
Pressing X for doubt.
You're pressing X for doubt. I love that. Good God. It's the X for doubt situation. What can we do? Nothing?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Good God.
Unless you've got a cookie, then there's something.
Most of us are tossed in one when it's hot. Yeah, see, look. The crowd agrees. Who's surviving that heat?
Apparently me.
Apparently you. That is right.
I am just the chosen one, I suppose.
The chosen one. Alright, let's go ahead and get ourselves into our in-game. That's not it. That's not it.
Wow.
There we go. Okay. Both of us are gonna do a clap test. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I believe that caught. Hopefully.
If not, you know.
Who knows? But, let's begin with introductions. Hi, I'm Bandit. Obviously the hostess of the show, the drawer, the artist. Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're sprinkling in a little difference, with our live stream. Because today, we have this person.
Oh wow, just this person?
This person.
Wow.
I mean, you don't even really have like a character on the screen. We need to get you a character on the screen.
Technically, I'm just like fire sprite, but that's fine.
We'll make you a fire sprite real quick and have you bounce around. That would be great. Just like a little sit sprite, like give you some. No, like here, like look, like here. Like we'll give you a couple, like a little, like we'll give you a couple of eyes and some legs. Look at him, it's gorgeous. Look at him.
I'm so small.
So small.
Small bean.
Small bean. You know, I just realized that the music is not suitable for this thing. I don't think. Is there any free? Let me see. Because we could go.
So a coconut?
So a coconut. Yes!
No, not a coconut.
Yes, a coconut.
No.
I think it's fucking hilarious.
I feel so. You know what? I could go for a drink.
You know what? We could both go for drinks. Maybe like after stream, we both get some drinks because it's caught in the rain. Okay, we do need to make you like something for on screen eventually.
It's a pumpkin cat. That worked last time.
Make a pumpkin cat.
You put that on the TikTok. The pumpkin cat.
Pumpkin cat.
Pumpkin cat, even though technically that works too.
Yeah, pumpkin cat.
What are you? Hello, I am pumpkin cat.
Pumpkin cat. Good God. Honestly, love delayed responded. Also, apparently today is the hottest. Oh, it's the hottest day today? Is that me? Am I that sexy?
No, absolutely not.
No. Oh, that's miserable. I'm miserable. Terrible. It's terrible for my health.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm kidding. But yeah, apparently it's the hottest day. What is the consensus? Yeah, it's not even that bad. I'm just like, Bandit's doing a little bit of research real quick.
Intermission while we continue to research.
We're not like researching too much. It's just like it's making sure we can actually like use this stuff. Because I don't want to get like smacky. Royalty free is you can use that, right? Or is that
I have no idea.
because if I remember it's like well we need copyright free. We are a pair of crows.
Hey, Raven.
Yeah, no, it's just a raven and a crow, and we're just sitting in here. We're gonna change the vibe, and then I'll put in.
It's giving Genie vibes.
Genie vibes.
I made it up.
Bird keeps stealing it. We're gonna go ahead with this one. Yeah.
Piano vibes. Now playing.
Okay, this sounds a little bit better. I'll let you have a listen.
Yes. Let's give it a gander.
Give it a gandy.
It was a dark and stormy night.
Dark and stormy night. Well, that's the vibes we're going for.
When the mother had just barely moved into bed.
Just
Only
barely.
to find out
There were no
there
children.
were no children to begin with. Mother did not realize this, as she didn't realize she herself was still in a dream. This dream, however, was
Oh, thank you.
never-ending. And
Okay.
I will end it there because I way
Like the Uncle Donnie situation.
Oh my god.
Uncle Donnie!
I love that movie. That story was just, it was so good. There was love, there was trauma,
There was tragedy.
there was tragedy.
Yeah, for sure. So here's kind of like what's happening. Today we're gonna do it a little different. As you can see, we have our guests with us and we have put on creepy music that hopefully we won't get copyrighted for later on.
If they do, I will find them.
No, don't fight them.
I fight
What are you
them
gonna
if
do? Take them out in the back parking lot?
Yeah, I'll take them into the mines. They'll never be found.
Into the mines, good god. That would be terrible. But
It's worked before.
yeah. So yeah, I guess we should start with our whole thing. Today's whole topic of discussion, we're going again a little different. I'm gonna draw not really anything that's on the menu tonight. For clients, tonight is just a free night. It's whatever I'm feeling like I'm up to draw. And then me and my guest, we'll call you Ember.
Yeah, that works. Ember's technically my name, so.
Yeah, well, I was just like, should we use your name for, something? Because who knows if you'll come back later and then you want to change it. But, yeah, you're stuck with it now,
I'm
so.
stuck.
But, yeah. So, the whole thing here is we're going to be going through essentially what is scary stories or other stuff, adding our own little twist on it, and, having our little conversation, about it. This isn't meant to be taken seriously in too many contexts or any forms, just because, everything here is purely for entertainment. Entertainment fights. Nothing so serious, yeah. A podium with legs. No, it's not a podium with legs. And you can stop guessing if you desire to figure it out. But, I mean, you're more than welcome to guess.
Blood.
Yeah.
I don't think there's gonna be blood today.
I don't think there is going to be any blood today. Or at least, not that we're,
Aware of at the moment.
yeah, not that we're aware of at the time being. But who knows? Maybe we will, maybe we won't. It's always a possibility, because, these are spooky stories.
We'll see where the vibes go.
See where the vibes go, that's right. But yeah, I think we've both had our fair share of spooky stories, and beyond, and I would like to do my one side's charades. So,
Hold on, I'll be back in a moment.
yeah, no problem. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, one side's tell the story. Okay. Well, I know she still works on it. She works on the base. And it's an old military base that.
Right off the cemetery.
Yeah, right off the cemetery. Give me something spooky. We're giving you something spooky. Be patient. Dark Soul is just like give me this.
Well, if you would give me a minute to give you the deeds, then I will. Goodness.
He's like, give him the spooky. Give him the spooks. But yeah, we both work on a military base. I don't know. Is it too loud? I feel like it might be a little too loud, but who knows? I might be wrong. I'm gonna actually turn off the desktop audio and see if that actually changes anything. Give it. I need to see if it changes anything. But we both were on a military base, and this military base is
Notoriously haunted, to say the least.
notoriously haunted indeed. More Kylo Ren.
Well, technically, this military base has a bunch of old-style buildings back from the First World War.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And we've torn most of those buildings down. The problem with that is what's been residing in there is now in our main building, which they're all in one cohesive building, which is not good.
Yeah. I think like one of the things that we've had footsteps and the thing is like Mr. Boots, and so we had several entities that we encountered and we named. There was Mr. Boots, and Mr. Boots was not a very malicious entity in the sense and form of the matter that it's like he wasn't actively seeking out to harm us.
More of a gentlemanly protector. If you need him, he's there.
Yeah, for sure. And I think like that's one of the things where it was just like I think it was like one of the only nicer spirits on that property.
Oh yeah, besides the Guardians, but they're a whole another issue.
Yeah, for sure. Mr. Boots is where is Dora on the map? Good God. Hi, welcome. So that's sort of friendly. Hi, welcome. But yeah, Mr. Boots, I guess there was no Dora. Actually, wait, we could have done Dora.
Sorta. It's been a while.
Yeah. You know what? We're Dora with Mr. Boots.
Technically, Mr. Boots has, taken off.
Yeah, I think he's taken off, since I've been there. So I know that the property is no longer, I don't work on the property anymore, but I know...
She has since left us and left me to defend myself.
Yeah, I've left her to defend herself, and, we would greatly appreciate tributes and sacrifices of, goldfish. Goldfish. Do you want goldfish? I imagine Dora as a secret serial killer. Yeah, Dora's just a buff secret serial killer in a child's body and has a small backpack.
The things that possess Dora.
The things that possess Dora.
Dora is not seen. She's seen as a cute, adorable child. However, that's not how things appear.
Yeah.
It's not what it seems.
True. I'm excited to see what you're drawing. Thank you very much. We're currently going on something closer towards the horror end, so we will see. We'll see.
Aw, Alia, I love you.
I'll send tea. Thank you.
She knows my favorite tea and snacks.
I want some tea and snacks.
I do want tea and snacks.
Tea and snacks would be good right now.
Yes.
Some tea, some snacks, talk about the ghosties. But yeah, that's not the only entity though. I know that there was an entity that liked to mess with
The sheets.
the sheets for sure. I know there's like the energy messings, that one, and we think it's a child spirit.
It's a child or a fox, I can't tell which.
Yeah, we can't tell which. But you know, I think that kind of pales in comparison to all the stuff. Yeah, to the others. We all love spooky stuff. Thank you so much. I am very glad. Love you too, she says, and send snacks and tea for both. Aw, thank you so much for subscribing. We really appreciate it.
Aw, thank you all. Yeah.
Arigatou gozaimasu. So, yeah. One of the things I think, though, is... I think, like, one of the worst parts is... There definitely is entities. I believe it was in...
They're mostly on
3200.
83.
8300?
Because the 6000s no longer exist, and the red-eyed thing is now in 8300 on the 3rd floor.
Yeah. 8300. I remember you talking about that, but I also remember you had talked about the past experience of the whole, the entity situation. Because again, there's a lot of entities here. This isn't a very old military base. It's not decommissioned, so it's still active. You still have people going there, so we're not going to be naming it in any form or manner. Because the numbers can be...
down anyway, so people wouldn't get there anyways.
Well, the thing is, like, you still don't want to take a risk, because some people are absolutely not smart.
I've already got stalkers, I don't need it anymore.
Yeah. But one of the things I think that we've definitely had, is there was an entity that I know, at least for me, it didn't want to let me in the room.
Oh, that one!
Because we had a guest complain about their room. Their key was... I think, like, they complained about the person next door. Because they're like, oh, that person isn't...
They had locked them out of the bathroom.
They had locked them out of the bathroom. And we're like, there's nobody in your room next to you. There shouldn't be anybody there. So we went up, checked this person's room.
The door wouldn't even open.
Yeah, the door wouldn't even
Our
open.
master key.
Yeah, I remember that. Well, the thing is, like, the door opened by technicalities, like, the lock unlocked.
But we had to use, like, a hard key to get in.
Yeah, that hard key for sure. Which was odd in and of itself because... Once again, you don't expect that to be happening. You don't expect that whole situation to
No,
be...
and there was no, like, door reports of that door malfunctioning to begin with, so it shouldn't have.
Yeah. So I think, like, one of those things that was, like, super disturbing was, it's, like, the door... Because if I remember, like, we left it for a little bit, and when we came and checked back on it,
Yeah, because we moved the guest rooms, because I just didn't want to deal with what was in there.
yeah, and I remember we went to check the guest's room because it's like, oh, maybe it's just on their side, and we went to retry the whole door, and it opened, and so we think we had some spookies. Again, it's like, this is all for very entertaining purposes. None of this, we haven't confirmed any of these spooky stories, really. These are just our experiences, and for all we know, is that the door probably had a jam lock.
Most likely.
Most likely. But it's still fun to think that,
It was
you
late
know...
at night, like, what, 3 a.m.-ish?
Yeah, 3 a.m.-ish. Your brain's gonna be like, whoa, what the fuck, man?
Energy drink, you know.
Yeah. Energy drinks, definitely not the whole... Definitely not the whole thing. But I think that puts us to... I would say it sets the tone for our... It's...
Haunting thing.
Our whole stage of just haunted places of where we live. Because where we live, well, it's not like the capital of being haunted. There's definitely a lot of stuff.
There's a lot of things that pass through here.
Yeah, for sure. And you ain't gonna get no scarier than I think.
Because there's the ranch up and over the mountain that everybody talks about, the TV shows.
Oh, that's true. The TV shows. We had, I think, like 2-3 investigations here in our state in general. Yeah, we're in the United States. Dora was never lost. She was always looking. Good God.
Was Dora always looking?
Was Dora always looking, or was?
Can't even confirm that.
Yeah, can't even confirm it. But I think like one of the things. We had like I think like 3 investigations though done by big TV shows here in the state.
Mostly the Travel Channel and Discovery.
Yeah, Sam says that's concerning. Yeah, it's concerning, but I'm also just like.
There are more creepier places than where we work.
Yeah, there's definitely creepier places. I think like one of the creepier places, there's a daycare. That as you enter towards one of the bigger cities, there's a daycare.
Oh, that one where they see no one going in?
Yeah, I've never seen. There's never been kids. There's never been
people going
in or out. I've never seen the lights go on. And for all I'm aware, you know, it's condemned. So I'm like, who knows? What I do know is that it was being listed off as a child daycare, which puts to matter and puts to fact, it's like, okay, well, the daycares are scary as heck. Yeah, no, it is. And the thing is, like, they called it something like Sunshine Daycare or stuff like that. Lollipops and rainbows. But it definitely was, like, I remember,
if you walk past it, it's definitely an unsettling feeling that you're just being watched.
Yeah, for
and
sure.
And you are just not welcome. Like, at all.
No, for sure. I'm just like, you never, like, go there intentionally.
No.
There's
and
also,
I used to work in a daycare as, like, one of the main teachers.
Yeah. So I'd imagine that whatever it is very likely, it's very likely not a daycare.
No.
A gift for you. Oh. I used to work in a daycare. Oh.
Oh, yeah, Holly, I used to work in a daycare. I remember that.
Oh, boy.
We both did. The kids are great, but after closing, it's a whole different feel.
Yeah, I feel like daycares are, like, the most, like, yeah, you're gonna get your ass haunted there. For sure.
No, yeah, mostly by things pretending to be kids.
Oh, yeah, no, for
That's
sure.
the worst.
It is the worst.
Like, I would never go wash the, like, beddings or anything, because you have to go down to the basement. There's no windows down in the daycare I used to work at.
Isn't that like a fire hazard or something?
In the basement, it's not. Because the children aren't going to go down there. And plus that door has a lock, but it's like a straight descent down. It was shady as hell. Like, anyone could just push you down those stairs. You would break your foot and just, like, be done.
These kids are scary. I'd rather go to an abandoned church or okay, here's the thing about churches. Okay, an abandoned church. I actually have been to one.
They're probably worse.
They are probably worse. And the thing is, most people consider churches art and all this other stuff. The thing is, they weren't abandoned though. This was when I was really young. But, my family was helping clean up a church late at night. By the way, these churches are dark. You go into the chapel area where they hold mass.
Are these like the old style churches, like
No, no, no. Like, I don't think so. I don't know. The church that I was in, I don't even know when it was built. It was an old church, though. But one of the things was my family was helping to clean it, and it was super duper late, because, like, we're the last people in.
It's the worst time to be there.
Yeah, it's the worst time to be there, but the thing is, as a kid, you want to explore, and everyone's turning on and off the lights, screaming and squealing, because it's really fun. And I decide to take a look inside of the chapel area, because the chapel area is walled off. They for good reason, yeah, they're walled off. But I open the door. This is me being a little kid, so again, it's like curiosity killed the cat. I cannot tell you just how scary it is. You get absolutely no outside light. It's worse than an apocalypse. Oh boy.
I would agree.
I would agree.
You see it in The Walking Dead. They're terrifying.
Yeah, I do agree. Like, Walking Dead, they are absolutely terrifying.
Like, a church is the last place you want to be. You feel safer in a prison.
Yeah, prison would got all of that. But I will say, like, went in, opened up my stuff, and I feel like it was so weird. I can't explain to you how weird that feeling was of just, what's the best way to state it? It wasn't dread per se.
Just the deep, unsettling, unnerving pit in your stomach.
Yeah, that deep, unsettling nerve.
That something's not right.
Exactly. And the thing is like, again, there are places where light should be coming in. There were these big windows that when you did service, they had natural light filtering in. But the thing is, at night, there was nothing. There's no light. There's absolutely nothing. If you close those doors, it was pitch black. It was so unsettling, and it felt like you had a dozen eyes on you.
It's even worse when there's like no sound at all, like no crickets, no movement, no nothing.
Oh, and there's that organ in there too.
Ugh.
So it's just like it's not fun.
Makes it worse when that thing starts to play.
Yeah, see, that's when you know that you need to just book it out.
That or pull out a harmonica and just be like, yeah, we gonna vibe. Vibe before I die.
Vibe before you die. They died how they lived. With a kazoo.
I still want a kazoo.
You still want a kazoo? We'll get you a professional kazoo. We'll get you a nice kazoo. When we go on a road trip or something.
We better.
Yeah. I will say though, and it's a lantern. Yeah, it's a lantern. He's holding a lantern.
Why does that make me feel just that way?
Who knows?
He like walks around the base with lanterns.
Who knows? I'm kind of pulling off of Fiddlesticks. Fiddlestick. Yeah, no, Fiddlesticks in the lore of League of Legends is a monster that mimics the voices of people and looks like a scarecrow, but he's actually kind of scary.
Why do I feel like you go with like luring people into the forest just to take their skin to add to his scarecrowiness?
His scarecrow collection? I actually don't know. The lore of League of Legends kind of depicts him more as like a senselessly killing beast.
I agree with you, Alia.
Nah, Fiddlesticks can go to hell.
I totally agree.
Get him a banjo to go with a kazoo. I'm tired of playing fiddle against fiddle support. Honestly, I don't think I've ever seen Fiddlesticks played as a support which is really interesting. And I've seen Thresh played as a support, but that's definitely interesting for sure. But the lore in League of Legends is that Fiddlesticks is one of several demons who are in the lore of Demacia. Not Demacia, but just Runeterra in general. And he's like one of those ancient
He an old man.
yeah, he's old man. He got them crickety old bones.
He didn't even age well, so you can't even be like, hear me out.
He's not even a hear me out.
He's not even a hear me out.
He's seen it too many times, hate it. Oh, okay. Makes sense. I would get that. I can get behind that.
Yeah.
But I think like one of the things that is from the Shadow Isles. Don't quote me on that. Okay. Well, we ain't. Not really.
No one's out here judging.
No one out here judging, because I mean, I'm not
We're
as
all
in
here for a
depth
good
with yeah, with Runeterra's lore. But I do think that opens into a small segue, per se. Because I'm sure we've both had our fair share of dangerous situations, even without the whole supernatural stuff. And I think that since we're talking scary stories in general, let's talk about some of those scary situations. I used to actually do DoorDash.
Oh, Lord. Did you used to steal people's food?
No, I didn't used to steal people's food.
Okay, you were one of the good ones.
I was one of the good ones. I don't touch people's food. Yeah.
Not tacos.
I'm gonna be
will
completely
never
lost
forget
here because I live under a rock. You're all good, man.
Hey, as long as the rock is comfy, it's fine.
It's a good, comfortable rock.
It's a good, comfy rock.
Okay, I'm gonna take a couple sips of my water because
Gotta stay hydrated.
gotta stay hydrated. Get
Everybody,
them sippies.
this is a side quest. Go get some water.
Yeah, go get them sippies.
Go get some of your sips.
It can be.
Shall reconvene.
Yeah. I'm just gonna take a couple sippies.
Oh, is he? Huh.
Yeah, he is. They did a whole trailer on him, just residing in Demacia, and it's like there's like a line from his character, and it says, "They have it right there." And
Oh,
good God,
the man needs some milk.
he needs some milk. He just brought you Sprite. I'm cramping. Oh, that's so nice.
You should tell Nihilus to get in here, Alia.
But
Go get him.
yeah. So he like has a line where he's like, they haven't returned from the fields in several days, and it's because they're dead. For sure. But I do remember that like one of the things is since we're talking on it, is that I use. Oh, thank you.
Oh, see, he's a good man. That's a good man.
That's a good man. That's a good man. He cooks.
He's a keeper.
He is a keeper, but we're getting off track. We need to talk about Uber Eats and all the suspicious people. DoorDash. Yeah. I worked for two companies, 3 technically, because I was not very smart. But I'm alive, cramping. Aw, it sucks.
Honey.
But one of the things is you know, we have a lot of remote areas around here, and
Deserted areas.
yeah, very deserted areas. And one of the things I definitely remember is that we had a period of time where because it was me and my cousin who was doing this. She was the one who was doing the gigs. She would drive, I would run. And you would get some really creepy people who just
Oh, and then the requests you would get?
Oh yeah, no, the requests were even worse.
Like, oh, I'm disabled. I can't come to the door. Could you come inside and bring it to me?
Yeah.
Just no.
Thankfully, we didn't really have any requests like that, but there are a couple that I really do remember inside of my mind. One of them being we had a request, and it was for I think like 2 burritos or something from this one Mexican place. I don't even remember which one because we have so many around here.
It was probably rancheritos. That's everywhere.
Yeah, but I remember we picked up their order, we got their stuff ready, and one of the things, there were no instructions, but where this whole where their residency was, it was between cities.
Oh, so like in the Timbuktu nowhere.
Timbuktu nowhere. And so like we're like, okay, well it's food, we're gonna get paid. We need to get paid because we're poor. She's a nursing student and I'm still a college student. We're both poor as shit. You can't afford to just refuse anything. It's like if it's good money or stuff, I'm like, who are you to refuse? So like we take the order, we go pick it up, take it to this middle of nowhere place. Yeah, they were out in the sticks. But we're driving, and as we drive closer to this house, the less lights there are. I'm talking like by the time, cause like this is again like close
like
towards midnight.
Amish country.
Yeah, Amish country. So we slowly pull up on this house. $20 is $20.
Why'd you have to say it like that? We pulled up on this house.
We pull up on this house and started blasting.
Anyways, I pulled his bag of food out and I started blasting.
I start blasting. No. Like we get to the house. I'm playing Death Road while listening to your DoorDash story. Oh, that's great.
It's like going back and forth from like absolute like horror and then
we're so unserious, it's not even funny.
well, you know, we can't scare the viewers. I mean,
Are we truly being scary enough? No.
No, I fail at being scary.
Yeah, you know, like you're scary as a paper bag.
I make the most serious, like, who is that? Anyways, I make the most serious times the most unserious with like the most inappropriate timed joke.
The most inappropriate time joke. Yeah, you're just like, and then he died. But guess what? There was an ice cream truck nearby.
Well, she'll like be having a breakdown, and I'm like, Uncle Donnie!
Uncle Donnie!
For those who know Uncle Donnie. Wait, no one knows Uncle Donnie. But
Nobody knows the Uncle
another
Donnie story.
time.
I think that's
Another
gonna be
time.
another time, for sure.
Uncle Donnie needs his whole stream to himself. He
Yeah,
has
Uncle
his
Donnie
own
needs his
lore.
personal stream. Buddy oh boyo doesn't just get streamed for anybody.
What game were we playing when I came up with Uncle Donnie's lore?
I think it's a game called Ethanos.
Yeah, and we had the moles.
And we had the moles, and we just found one, and we're just like, this guy looks like he's been through it.
And I called him Uncle Donnie.
Uncle Donnie. We could probably make a horror story about Uncle Donnie.
Uncle Donnie is a creepypasta in disguise.
A creepypasta in disguise, for sure. But, with this whole DoorDash thing, we got to this house, and as, like, you know, we're rolling into the... By the way, this house was big. Big old house. Not a single light was on.
Amish mansion.
Amish mansion? Who knows? But I'm just like, not a single light was on. Outside, not a single light on. Inside.
Sketchy.
And so we're like, okay, well, you know, because by the time we're delivering it, we're just like, we want to get paid. And, you know, we have an order to fulfill. I was the one who was running it out because...
You're dumb.
Well, no, it's because my cousin's driving, I'm the one who's running. That's the agreement.
System.
The buddy system.
If one goes down, the other can run.
Yeah, exactly. You know, she's gonna leave me behind and I'll just,
I'm
decay.
sorry, it was a needed sacrifice.
It was a needed sacrifice. My sacrifice
Oh,
was for the better.
sacrifice.
Yeah. Well, like, so, we go, you know, you take the picture because you don't want to stick around too long.
No,
They
yeah.
had the longest driveway I've ever seen.
Most country, like Amish farmhouses, do have long, absurdly long driveways.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure. But they, like, again, it's this just absurdly long, unlit driveway.
That, or they're like this tiny little bush road that no one even knows exists.
Yeah,
Those are the worst.
those are the worst. Yeah, so we go over, I go and I place down the food on their porch. Again, it's like super uncomfortable. This is level 11. Not very fun.
11 out of 10 would not recommend.
11 out of 10 would not recommend, indeed. Because one of the things that I noticed was there was all this stuff scattered out in their yard. I'm not talking.
Or just like trash.
No, it was like full pieces of furniture, like couches.
Oh, someone got evicted.
Like couches, desks, like clothes. Like it looked like somebody had ransacked the inside of this house and had taken all the insides and put them outsides.
So they just gutted the house and
It-
left its entrails on the front porch.
That's well, not
As
even
a
on the
warning
front.
to the other houses.
A warning to the other houses. Behold, you will all become like this if you don't listen. Yeah,
If you don't behave and pay your taxes,
if you don't pay your taxes.
you gotta pay your land taxes. I mean, you know, we're not giving you this land for free.
We ain't giving you no land for free, buddy.
Gotta love the United States.
Gotta love the United States. But, like, we get there, it's gutted and everything, and I'm like, okay, well, you know, thankfully they ordered it, like, remotely, but out of the corner of my eye as I was delivering this stuff, I could see that the blinds had slightly moved. Like, not like a whole lot, but it's just like, you know, when somebody, like, parts it with their two fingers.
Oh, being a nosy Nancy?
Yeah, being a nosy Nancy. I don't care who the IRS sends. I'm not paying my taxes.
You and us both.
You and us both. For sure.
Because where do my taxes go? They don't go anywhere special.
Yeah.
Honestly.
But I remember that the person was watching me from their window. Or someone was watching me from the window. And so I go to put down the stuff. Because I'm like, again, I already don't want to be there. I do not want to be in the vicinity of the area. Because I'm getting, like, you know, that off feeling.
And at once I got to the main door, and it creaked open with a crack. I put the food down on the porch as I ran away, and I looked back behind me as I was running back to the car, only to find there was no one at the door. The bag was gone.
The bag was gone. And indeed, I saw Gandalf the White.
And then the door slammed, and then all of a sudden there was Saruman.
It was Sauron all along.
You were fooled. Mortal, you have crossed into the plains of no return. No one shall enter here, nor shall anyone ever return.
They go to Horseman Who Runs Free. Honestly, though, I'm like, we didn't really get a good tip from it. The one thing I do remember was just the gutted yard, the no lights. They had, like, the lights for it, like those like regular lights. It's just like I guess they decided that having lights on at night in general was not needed. It definitely was one of the more disturbing ones. I think like the other one was we went to a house.
Alia, see you soon.
See you soon. I'll be back. Alright. I think like one of the worst ones was it was a request that was done during the day. We get there and it's a similarly like gutted looking house.
Yeah.
But the people were like all sitting there like in their garage and they just stared at us like we weren't supposed to be there. That one was also disturbing, but in its own right. Like, we're just here to deliver your DoorDash.
Excuse me, sir. I'm here to deliver your food. You either come get it or you don't, you know, and that's up to you.
Yeah. So, I'm like, yeah, those are like my few DoorDash stories. They're nothing like significantly terrifying. I think if we had to talk terrifying, let's talk about gas station.
Oh, God, gas stations. Yes, especially the one right outside, like, the apartments.
Oh, okay, I'll let you take the stage for this.
So, they built a holiday, like, not too far away from where I lived at the time.
Okay.
But the land they built it on was, like, right close to, like, the foothills, right?
Yeah.
Where it used to be foothills. They since dug it all up.
Okay.
But it's just like, before that was even there, you would just drive past that patch of road and you didn't want to be there for very long. Like, it was like, they didn't have
the budget?
They didn't have budget for, like, really good lights. Like,
Ooh.
every, or, 1 or 2 miles, you would get, like, this very dim light.
Why
It's now, perfect and it's beautiful and it's lovely. But this
They perked it up.
Like, I go to this holiday all the time. They're great. But you don't want to be outside your car outside the holiday for too long. You just want to, either get your gas or go into the store real fast, get what you need back in your car.
Even during the day?
Even during the day.
Oh, interesting. That's interesting.
It's like, they're not as close during the day, but they're, like, watching.
Oh, the other stuff?
The other things, like, you could feel them, right?
Yeah.
Like, they're definitely not fun things.
Oh, for sure. I think, like, because I used to work at a gas station, like, at their tail end hours.
Yeah.
So it's like, I would get out, like, there were days where I would close the shop, and it would be one of, like, the last, like, I'm one of the last people there. Usually, most nights, pretty chill. But one thing we had, which is something that was really weird, was we had a kitchen. Fully brand new kitchen, brand new equipment and everything. This stuff was like brand spanking new. I think they spent like a grand total of over like the nice salary of like a down payment on a house for this kitchen. We had 4 convection ovens. We had 2 deep fryers and like a sink and everything. I swear that kitchen was haunted. We had the panel of one of our fryers during like one of the first days that we had it. The front panels fell off.
Not surprising, to be honest.
Yeah. And I'm not talking like, oh, it's just like, it's like the whole electronic part. There is no way to get this thing off.
It's not supposed to fall.
It's not supposed to fall off. And so that was like the first incident. And then we had I believe it was like a carbon, it was either a CO2 warning or something else that ended up happening. And we had like a buildup in the store. and
Ew.
everyone had to be evacuated. This was, by the way, this is secondhand.
Evacuate or die.
Yeah. And so, like, the fire department came in. That same day, one of our ovens decided to overheat itself to the point that it damaged the thermotemp plastic into melting.
And
That oven was never fixed.
isn't that like, rated up to like 500 degrees?
Almost 500 plus. So this oven melting itself with its temperature therm is ridiculously hot. You couldn't even touch it. It was so bad. So, like, and by the way, these were not like just solo incidents that happened every once in a while. There were times if you came in the morning, the kitchen lights would be on. Those lights are motion activated. There should be nobody inside.
Oh, so like at the base.
Exactly.
I
And
hate
so,
those lights.
yeah, I hate those lights too. But there's nothing inside big enough to set them off. Not a singular thing. I think the worst night, and this is from my experience, was the first night that I closed by myself. In short, I was like given my first closing. I was given the rundown because it's like, oh yeah, we want you to close, and here's your first thing. They had me close first with somebody, and then like
Bandit was the sacrifice.
I was a sacrifice. But I remember that the first night we did a whole by myself. I remember one of the ovens turned back on.
Lovely.
And it went beep. And it sounded like something was like trying to mess with it or something, because it was going like beep, 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 beep.
They're trying to cook a burrito.
And I was just like, you're trying to... By the way, we named him Steven.
Le Poisson Steve.
Le Poisson Steve. It was either like Steve or like I named him something really annoying, because I was just like, if you're gonna be here...
Steven.
If you're gonna be here and be annoying, yeah. Actually, no, we called them the Ghost of Wendy's Past because there used to be a Wendy's there. And this is no, like, dip on Wendy's themselves.
It's a disgruntled fry cook.
It's a disgruntled fry cook. Wendy has come herself to get her revenge. But I definitely remember
Colonel.
that. It definitely was interesting. Good God. But it was weird working at that gas station. I told you about this, but I don't think the audience knows. We had a guy who would talk to himself, and we were pretty sure he was schizophrenic.
Oh, that one.
Yeah. No, dude was like, he would write on our tables, and he had no, like, napkins or anything. We gave him napkins a couple times.
Didn't he, like, etch it in?
Yeah, he pressed so hard that, like, a lot of this stuff was etched into our tables. And he had, like, a singular red pen, and that's what he did with it. I know the guy never really bought anything. If he did, it was for, like, cigarettes or Zins.
The Marbello Slims.
The Marbello Slims. Yeah. Like, and, like, you don't judge that. We also had, like, a lot of homeless people sometimes come in. And those guys were semi-okay. But for the most part, it was just, like, it was weird. Like, you had a lot of weird stuff happen. I think, like, one of the things, and this happened, again, a lot of, like, my encounters with stuff in that store happened in the first few days of my closing tasks. So, like, when I was by myself. And one of them, you know when, like, someone, like, ruffles through chips to look for their favorite bag?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah, like, those crunches. But the thing is, it shook the whole shelf.
the whole chip shelf?
the whole chip shelf. So like, when I say, and the thing is, thankfully, like, nothing like fell out so that I had to grab it. This was like as I was starting to get ready to leave, because I had closed up my till, I had done everything.
Did all
I
the closeouts.
Yeah, and all I hear is like a bunch of chip bags just like going like, and I'm like, okay, I'm not wide enough for this, and so I start singing. I think it was like one of the songs that I had on my phone, and I told them, like, I was just like, I sung as loud as I could because I guess like I thought that would be like the better solution. But I remember like leaving, and it felt like whatever it was watching.
Just like, gotcha.
I wouldn't say it's like a hey gotcha, but it was more like, god damn it, like, come investigate this shit instead of like cowering, you bitch.
Come back here and face me like a person, you coward.
And it's like, no, thank you. I'm good. I'm chilling.
I'm not white for this.
I'm not wide enough. Yeah, for sure. So it definitely was interesting. But yeah, I think like that's like one of those things where it's just like it's scary in general.
Oh yeah, that's very like unsettling.
Yeah, it's definitely very unsettling, just for the matter of what it is. It's not like a whole you're gonna miss it. It's just it happens. So I think we also have like our fair share of creepy people around here too.
Oh yeah.
So I'm just like, who knows?
Those people who just don't look right.
Yeah, the people who don't look right, the people who set off something wrong in the body. Well, not in the body, I would say, but like in your mind.
Like setting off that fight or flight, and your body just like freeze for a moment.
Yeah, it freezes for a minute.
Because it can't figure out, is this a genuine threat or am I overreacting?
Oh yeah, no, for sure. I think because you see a lot of those people in a campsite.
Oh yeah, I don't believe so much.
Yeah, I don't think either of us goes camping as often.
Don't go camping alone. It's not worth it.
Yeah, camping alone. Well, the thing is, camping alone in general, especially in these areas, are extra dangerous. It's always good to take a buddy with you.
Or a dog.
Or a dog. Dogs probably preferred, because then they're not going to be like, turn out to be some axe serial killer. Cook you up like Gordon Ramsay.
Gordon Ramsay could be a serial killer. I don't know how well he cooks.
Oh, yeah.
Just like, I've never tasted a meat quite like this. Oh, well, you wouldn't. You wouldn't, darling. Oh, I sound like Troy.
You sound like Troy.
I sound like Troy. Oh, well, I love Troy, so.
Yeah.
Shout out to my boy Troy, I guess.
Yeah. Honestly. Yeah. Well, like the woods have a lot of things. I also remember, I don't know if you remember this, but back in the early 2000s, there were the Slenderman killings.
Oh, yeah, and
The Slenderman stabbing with the girls.
yeah, that was unfortunate.
It really was.
It was all the rage with just, like, the middle schoolers.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember being in that rage because it was like... It was such an interesting story. A guy who had no face, who blended in with the trees, and honestly, nowadays I'm just like, wow, that sounds like a child predator.
Yeah, and apparently the adults could not see him, but the kids can.
Yeah.
And he can only be seen in photographs or through a cellular device.
Yeah.
Or a device with a screen.
Yeah. And it was definitely interesting to see that, because it was just like you could see the mentality during those days. And like there was also like the what is it, the killer clown incidents or something?
Oh, Laughing Jack.
No. Like Laughing Jack's story was interesting.
You mean the clowns in general?
Yeah, the clowns in general. And they were definitely interesting.
There's a reason people don't like clowns.
Yeah. Well, and like the thing is like it goes against the code of honor for clowns. There's an actual code of honor for clowns in clowning, and one of them is you're not supposed to, I guess, dampen the joy of the world.
Not while in
costume.
Clown costume.
So the fact that these guys put like a tarnishment on the name of these well-established people, you know, makes all the difference.
Carnies are proud people, and they're actually very nice people.
They are indeed, they are. But it's interesting to see just how in the early 2000s, how there was like this craze of just, well, like killer clowns, and then they kind of just up and disappeared.
Well, they go through like spurts.
Yeah, I didn't hear about the spurts, but tell me more.
So, like, from what I heard on the news was like the fad, they were like in the early 2000s, and then they kind of like died off and then came back in like 2010.
Oh, that's interesting.
And they were like, it was this one particular road.
Oh, so they like chose a road. They claimed that road.
Well, there was this one that like chose this particular road.
Hi, welcome. Kyle.
Hi, Kyle.
Who is Kyle?
I have no idea, but welcome.
Welcome. We're talking scariest. I've been doing good. Thank you for asking. We've both been
Chilling.
doing our thing. We're chilling here, talking spooky stories.
We'll drawing fiddlesticks.
We're not drawing fiddlesticks.
No?
We're drawing original art, which we will then put up on our Ko-Fi.
Shout out to the Ko-Fi.
Shout out to the Ko-Fi. I just realized that like the music changed to like dee doo dee doo dee doo, and I'm just like, the Ko-Fi is now a haunted space. The Ko-Fi, the Ko-Fi.
You are now compelled to
I'm
donate
Toother
to the
online.
Ko-Fi. What?
Toother?
What's a toother?
I have no idea. Let me.
Someone explain. My brain is Ember's brain is kind of dead.
Bandit will explain. I don't know.
Thank you. That was totally helpful.
It was the biggest help. I am so helpful.
Voyage of Legacies?
I just finished editing Tapper. Oh, congratulations on your finish of editing of the chapter of Voyage of Legacies. I am sorry if I don't remember you or I don't immediately recognize you. I am like, my brain is currently roasting. We're in the hot room.
Yep. Unfortunately.
We're baking.
Well, she's baking us.
Yeah, I have I just realized I made this convection oven because it turned on a fan. So it's like circulating the hot air around.
You made us a batch of cookies.
A batch of cookies. We are cookies. Yeah. But I'm like, the fact that the music came on like right when I said the Ko-Fi.
Wait, no, that's
okay. Hi. Okay, I remember you. It's all good. It's a DC20 campaign series. No, I'm very excited for you. It looks like fun, and I hope that everything goes well for your editing. But yeah, it's kind of ironic, because listen to this. Listen to it. Listen to it.
Gimme. Oh, this is my jam. This is my vibe.
This is her vibe.
This is my vibe. I'll sleep to this.
She'll sleep to it. We'll put it on the snooze button, don't worry.
Yes.
I don't think there's like any good way, but I'm like, we're gonna put this on the Ko-Fi, so then people are able to receive a finished product, on Ko-Fi.
And appreciate us more.
And appreciate you more. Appreciate us. You know, we should start doing this like every like Tuesday. Get together, have some tea.
I am free Tuesdays.
Yeah, I know. Today was like a little bit of inconvenient timing, and you were able to come with me, but it was still nice.
I was kind of kidnapped, so.
You were kind of kidnapped. I kind of just came over, and I'm like, "You want to go bowling?"
And I have not seen home since.
She has not seen home since. I took a nap, so that we could drive better. We just recorded episode 18, but editing takes forever.
Editing does take forever.
It really, really does.
Especially when things just don't go right and you can't figure out why.
Yeah.
And then you do one thing and then it's gone.
Yeah. You know what? Let's talk hypotheticals, because I think that would be a good way to segment for another, because first hour was more like, okay, here's the creepy stories that we've had. I think
It wasn't even all of the creepy stories.
it wasn't even all the creepy stories. I think like next time we just choose one.
Yeah, we got
But
off track.
yeah, we got off track. Well, we both have like our little problems and our little issues. I am blaming you. I don't blame you for anything.
Oh, I blame me.
You blame you, but I don't blame you. I think one thing though is it's like hypothetically, if like we were stuck in one of these stories, you miss the stories, don't worry. We'll be posting it later, and we'll put some nice little animations over it. And it was so hot. Oh, pat, there. But I think like we should go hypotheticals. If we were to be like stuck anywhere, where would you prefer? And I'll take the guesswork out of it, because like there's multiple places where you could be stuck at. You could be stuck at Mickey D's for all that. Enough of that story time.
Well, the context.
So it's like, I'd say like, it's nighttime, you're driving, your car runs out of gas, and you end up in like one of these two areas. And I'm gonna say, let's just say we'll put ourselves in front of the Winchester house.
Ooh.
Or, because the Winchester house is pretty famous. Or, let's do, I know there's a asylum.
Magnolia Plantation too.
Oh yeah, there is the plantation. But I'm thinking, because we could do the plantation later. We can always do another hypothetical. But I'm thinking, so we either land in front of the Winchester house. By the way, whatever location you choose, welcome back. Whatever location you choose, I feel you have to stay in that area. Have to stay in that. Like,
for how long? Like,
I'd say like until like, yeah, I'd say for the night, cause like your car is out of it. You can get like a tow truck or something to help you, but like you have to stay in this area for the night.
I wouldn't want to be in the Winchester house just because of what a certain ZB has done to it.
Yeah, so there's the Winchester house, and then I'm thinking, and it's one of the more notorious places. Let's just say you somehow magically get there, Alcatraz Island.
Ooh, you know what? I'd rather be on Alcatraz.
You would rather be on Alcatraz instead of the Winchesters.
Than the Winchester, because at least I know what I'm up against.
Okay. Because if I remember, the famous Gestapo leader for, I believe it was like the Mafia or something. I forgot his name. Because it wasn't Ted Bundy.
Name at a later date.
Name at a later date. We'll insert it, like, during editing. Al Capone.
Yes, him.
Al Capone was kept there.
Did you hear he reported he was being haunted in his cell?
Oh, yeah, no, it was reported that he was being haunted in his cell. But it was also noted that Al Capone had a favoring for kids. Not in the sense of, like, pervertedness, but in the sense of, like, he liked kids a little more than adults. And maybe that's because kids ain't no snitches. But who knows? He would prefer... what about the Skinwalker Ranch? That is a toughie. Because Skinwalker Ranch is a whole...
That's a whole nother ball game.
That's a whole other ball game entirely. And I think if it came down to the fact of... So let's put it to actually, like, you know what? Winchester House and Skinwalker Ranch. Two very haunted places. Because, while Al Capone... Yeah, I think I would also take my chances with Winchester. Just because Skinwalker Ranch...
There's too many things going on that literally you're not safe no matter where you're gonna go.
Exactly. Not even in the houses, which is
No.
the scarier part, is the fact that you're not even safe within the houses, within the other stuff. And
You'd
we should
probably
do...
be even worse shape being inside a structure.
Yeah. So it definitely is like one of those things where it's like, which one is the latter of two evils?
I would say Winchester.
Yeah.
Because you kind of know what's already in there, and the house is built to confuse them. So...
But then you're also getting confused. I feel like
are.
that is one of those things. Because let me play devil's advocate here. Skinwalker Ranch, it's a ranch. You can put yourself in a building, and you can sit yourself in a hallway. Is that super smart? No, but it's like you get your chances of survival up higher.
Maybe by like 15%.
15%? That's like really small.
So Skinwalker Ranch, even driving past it, you don't want to be there.
Yeah. So I'd say... I think we both, like, landslided Winchester. So, it's like there's that. The murder hotel run by the first U.S. serial killers, Mr. A.J. Holmes. Honestly, I feel like the murder hotel is a little...
Isn't that where The Shining was, like,
recorded? I think it was. The Shining was inspired by it, so I can't say for sure that it would be off the list of possibilities. But I'm also just like, it's not on that list of, I feel like, places I would immediately go into.
Like, yeah, it's interesting, but it's just like, you know better.
Yeah, but I also feel like if we, like, let's say we put it in the same situation up against the whole thing of, it's like you land there, you're stuck in front of it, and that's like the only place you can stay, then I feel like
I'd rather take my chance walking and get killed by, like, a moose or something.
that is true. I feel like I'd rather face off 3 marauders than Arch Vile at this point. You're tossing me in territories I got 0 clues on. You're all good, man.
Well, we all would have 0 clues, because, like, you're put in a situation you have no idea what you're walking into. You don't know if you've got, like, even a 5% chance of survival.
Yeah, 5% chance. I think, like, one of the things that is to be considered is the matter of, would it even really, in the end, would it be really worth it?
No. Like, I would rather avoid being in that situation if all possible, but that's life isn't that way.
Yeah. So it's like it's avoidable if possible, but if not, then we have our thing. So yeah. I would think that something that we should also take into consideration.
Hillhurst is equally bad too.
Hillhurst, Linkin Park's lyrics. What are we? 20 or 21? Hey, it's me, Mike. Welcome to the chat.
Hello, Mike.
Mike.
Welcome, Mike.
We're talking scary story hypotheticals right now.
Well, that was the first hour.
That was, well, we talked scary stories the first hour, and then we didn't even, like, get through all of them because we kept getting distracted. But, we're talking hypotheticals right now. I think...
Story hour with Ember.
Scary story hour. And, all that stuff, and then we need to eventually get you back.
Oh, yes,
We need to return you back to the desert.
Yes, get out of the sun.
But I think, like, one of the things that we should... The Amityville house. I feel like the Okay, so let's put the hypothetical to the Amityville house versus the Winchesters. I, personally, would actually choose the Winchester house over the Amityville house. Just because of what's happened there and all of the negativity that the Amityville house has created.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like, what would you choose?
I would go with Winchester just because, like, again, I kind of know what's already in there.
Okay, so you're going with familiarity.
Yeah, I'd rather go with territory I've been to versus somewhere I've not ever been.
No, it makes sense. It makes a lot of sense. So, like, one of those things that I think comes to mind is Amityville's house or the Tower of London. If I remember, the Tower of London had bodies buried inside of it during its creation.
I am not familiar with that.
Okay, we're gonna go into Story Lore Hour for a little minute. From the understandings, the Tower of London, during its initial building, they buried, I think it was like several people in the walls.
Oh, so kind of like the Great Wall.
Kind of like the Great Wall. And so far, it was also owned by King Charles III, one of the more infamous, cruel leaders. Because if I remember, like, King Charles was not a good person. King Charles was not a nice man.
It's not a decent man.
And so it's like, if we're taking that into consideration, I think it's because again we're both being tossed into areas that are oh, look at that. The travel has some 10, 11. Excuse me.
Bless you. Or not, depending on which way you want to go.
So apparently the Tower of London has, so here's 10 facts. We're learning this together. My world history teacher put Darth Vader theme for King Charles III. Oh, how interesting. Yeah. So,
It sounded like it would be wrong.
I love how it says related to this creepy location is 10 must-see aquariums.
Oh, technically, I don't do anything. I just guest star.
Yeah, she's a guest star.
I guest starred for a couple of different guys.
Gesundheit, thank you. I appreciate it. But it says, keep reading to find 10 eerie facts, and it's 11. This is great. Guys, we're doing great. We're getting a little distracted here, but I think this is part
got
of...
the spirit, but we're not going places.
We're not going places. We're not ascending yet, people.
Well, I've ascended to godhood. I'm out of water.
So William the Conqueror established it as a fortress. So that's interesting. Several high-profile prisoners were kept there. Lady Jane Grey was a prisoner there after her very brief stint on the throne. That's very interesting. Anne Boleyn, the wife of Henry V? 7th? The notorious king had another wife, Catherine Howard, imprisoned, as well as his former counselor, Talmud Moore. Tortured there, around 400 people were executed there. There were public executions. Many believe the tower is haunted. It was said to be where the lost princes were murdered. The tower is home to legendary ravens. It still contains the crown jewels. And if I remember, those jewels are...
You can make bank.
Well, no, it's not that you can make... Because you can make bank, but I feel like they are very close to, like, you know how, like, Hawaii has their lava rocks and everything? Those things are, like, cursed as shit. Yeah. And then beefeaters still guard the tower.
Beefeaters?
So this is what it says. And this is also for the audience. It says, Yeoman Warders is the name given to the guards at the Tower of London. But they are also known as beefeaters. They live at the tower and their historic uniforms cost more than $9,000. The guards have been active since the Middle Ages and still uphold many of the same traditions that they've been carrying out for centuries. Beefeaters currently have 21 duties, including greeting guiding visitors to the tower. To become a yeoman warder, you have to complete 22 years of service in the armed forces.
That makes a lot of sense.
Well, I mean, like, if you're going to the super... He hates it. It's okay. We get it, Sam. I feel like if you're gonna be going to a haunted attraction or anything, or you're gonna be touring a haunted place, I think you're gonna need, like, some guts of steel for that.
Or some insanity.
Some insanity, but also I feel like anybody who signs up for the military has that insanity thing kind of checked off, so...
That's very true.
So, I mean, like, for all we're aware, they could
no
be
shade
certified
to
insane.
Watching who's part of the military or anything like that.
Yeah, no shade. No shade. So, I'm like, there's that. So, that is some facts about the Tower of London. So, it's like, okay, so you've had a bunch of people... Oh, for God's sake.
What?
It, like, paused my thing, because I paused the thing.
You killed the music.
I killed the music for, like, 5 seconds. Wow, we're gonna die.
I would die. I can't live without my tunes.
Can't live without these beautiful tunes.
The spooky tunes.
Spooky tunes.
It's my vibe.
Indeed. So there's that. So Tower of London. Let's take a look at the Amityville house. Because, oh, geez, they have the Amityville horror house. Wow, this thing has made itself a name. The dark history behind Amityville horror house rises to infamy. Okay.
Oh, that house.
So it's a Dutch colonial, arguably Long Island's most notorious residence.
I should be right back. I gotta pop out for a minute.
All good. So while she takes her step and her leave for a moment, let's take a look. It's very interesting. The 3-story home was originally built for John and Catherine Moynihan, who purchased the property from Ireland family in the early 1920s. The Moynihan's removed a small existing cottage from the lot and commissioned local builder Jesse Purdy to construct the 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom house, complete with a gambrel roof and 2 quarter-circle windows overlooking Ocean Avenue. In October of 1960, the Moynihan's daughter sold the home to John and Mary Ridley, who lived there for 5 years before they sold the house to Ron and Louis DeFeo in June of 1965. So this is very interesting. So this house likely hasn't had very long-term residents for that time. The Paris catacombs. Let's talk Paris catacombs. And the legends behind the Paris catacombs. So putting aside the Amityville house and the Tower of London, both are equally bad. I think personally I would still rather stay in the Amityville house rather than the Tower of London, just because there's less spirits. But who knows? It might just be me. I'm like, there's the history and everything. It's still a house. It's not a tower. So, there's that. Also, the tower still has, like, currently guards, so living people. And I feel like that changes the vibe up heavily, because it's like... But also, I'm like, if there is lifeguards, maybe that's a reason to pick it to stay. But when it comes to the Paris catacombs, there's one thing where I'll say I doubt that... Personally, there's just, like, a lot of horror stories there. And one of those is that the Paris catacombs is, if for lack of better term from my understanding, the Paris catacombs has been known for having people get incredibly lost. It's even guided tours, you can get lost. There have been sounds that people can't explain in the catacombs, and mysterious sightings of people from other timelines, times. So I feel like the Paris catacombs hold itself a little bit more scary.
I have returned.
Welcome back. How was your visit?
Ugh. I survived. We'll just say that.
You should get a shirt for that.
I survived.
You survived.
What did I miss?
So, currently we're talking about the Paris catacombs, one of the biggest catacombs and the largest gravesite in the world for...
Oh yeah, spanning the whole underside
of Paris. So, and one of the things that is most common, and I think is talked about a lot, is the fact that it's so easy to get lost, even on a tour.
Did you know there's actually people living down there, and there is societies down there?
Yeah, and so it's like, you're very likely to encounter not good people down there.
No.
Because I don't think anything good would be able to even be in the Paris catacombs.
No, you would have to be shady orgies.
Yeah.
To be nice.
And also, it's like, if I remember, there's just like a lot of shady stuff happening down there. So I feel like, let's put it between like the Amityville house, the Tower of London, and the Paris catacombs. Which one would we choose? Because I feel like I feel like choosing the Tower of London could be a possibility of being like, you have a chance of protection.
Survival due to the, what are they,
due to the beef eaters.
the beef eaters, yeah.
I just keep thinking that they like eat a lot of beef. Where's he going?
That's not anyone we know, that's Amazon.
Oi! Get off my porch! But
The fact I just wanted to, like,
bark.
pull a mystery. Yes, exactly. You know me.
Rah, 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 rah.
No, bad.
But I feel like the tower would be a safe bet though. So apologies for the interruption, but I feel like if we went and did it between these three, I feel like the tower would be the Tower of London. My first bet would be the Tower of London, and then I would pick the Amityville house,
Yeah.
and then I would pick the Paris catacombs last. Like if I had to be like, okay, destinations I'm gonna travel to that are 100% haunted, and I had to choose an order of which I would meet them, and someone paid the money. This is not a suggestion to buy tickets to these places for us.
No.
Don't do that. What I'm saying
you
is,
would be arrested for the like Paris catacombs if you went into the like actual catacombs.
yeah, the actual catacombs. So it's like I feel like the Amityville house has less history of murder compared to the others. My thing is, so here's my thing. I understand that they have less murder, but I'm just like, the thing I want is more the matter of what's the way to say it? What's the way of saying it? I would want to be able to have somebody there just in case I did wake up and got attacked. Like, have somebody there, like, in less than a day. Big scary dog, yeah. But, again, that puts it up to the matter of, you know, what you prefer. Would you prefer human company over the dead, or would you prefer the dead over human company? So who knows? But 100, you would pick the Amityville house. So understandable. Centuries of death and murder would keep me too much up to sleep. No, definitely understandable. Definitely understandable.
There are some entities that will put you to sleep, though.
Yeah, well, it's because they want you vulnerable, and I feel like that's like one of those things where it's like a catch-22 situation. Because what are you gonna do when they put you asleep? Gonna fist fight them in your dreams?
Yes, the dream realms, the perfect place for a battle royale.
Yeah, battle royale Pikachu.
Nightmares, I choose you.
Having someone there is just having more there to attack you. I feel a dog can be taken care of. Yeah.
Well, it's not a literal dog.
I wouldn't say it's like a literal dog, per se.
It's just like that one scary friend who, you know, has your back no matter what.
Yeah, it's like big scary friend who helps take care of situations.
And again, not all big scary dogs should be relied upon 100% of the time. Like, that's not fair.
Yeah. So for sure, but I think like one of the things we have to, again, we need to take into consideration is I feel for the Tower of London. Well, the thing is it's like, I feel like it's like rainy day, you're not able to go anywhere. I feel like the Tower of London, because again, these guys have to go through 22 years of military training just to even become one. So I have a feeling that this position isn't just like, oh, we hire you for no reason. And they do act as tour guides, so I feel like there is some compassion there to be had. It's not just willy-nilly. But I do get your point. I really do. So it's like, I'm not shaming or anything. It's just like, I feel like everyone's choices would be different. I'm like, for me, I would like a human companion. I know, because like, the assumption here in this hypothetical is I feel like everything's been legalized. You're allowed to kind of like go wherever's, but it's just like,
as far as we know.
Yeah, the dogs are best friend. Yes, they are best friend. I have one Roni, And she's probably, like, not too happy that I'm, like, spending all my time here sitting in a...
Especially that I'm here as well.
Yeah, you're here as well, and she's just like, humans?
I've got 2 Ronies myself.
The 2 Ronies. It's a Roni. So it definitely puts things to a certain extent of light.
Oh yeah, definitely things to think about.
Things to think about for sure. I think one of the things though that, at least for me...
Oh, she's working on a original art piece.
So this piece is gonna be an original. We're gonna, for our first session of scary time.
Scary Talks with Ember.
Scary Talks with Ember. Let's burn it. Burn it all down.
Oh, okay, I'll just leave.
No. Stay.
Goodbye.
Ah. But currently we're doing Scary Talks. Because, what better do we have to do right now? Besides maybe commit some crimes and
War
sleep.
crimes.
An OC.
Oh, like gods.
Angry gods. Yeah. So an OC, yeah, technically, yeah. Yeah. We'll have them be an OC, and we can give them a story, next time around. Because we are... Well, I mean, we can give them a story right now. Boy lost in the woods.
And all he had left to his name after falling is his lantern.
Yeah.
Little did he know.
Commit crimes in a closet.
Well, I mean, I'm not in the closet, but okay.
Yeah, we can put closet crimes
Closet crimes.
on our resume. I think a couple closet crimes would not hurt.
What are closet crimes? Wouldn't you like to know, other boy?
Wouldn't you like to know? But, considering overall, just like the international stuff. Story time, what's a class and race? I feel like they would be human. And
Once upon a time human.
like once upon a time human, but I feel like they would be like a warlock. Like a human who's cursed.
To wander that particular forest, and they've been there for so long, they became a warlock of the forest.
They became a warlock of the forest. I feel like that's a good way to start.
And his, like, trusty thing is
His lantern is the only guide and companion he's got there.
Without his lantern, he is eternally lost.
This sounds like the plot of, what's that one show? I'm trying to remember it.
I have no thoughts.
There's a show where they have these 2 boys, and it's... What do they do? I don't remember. So what happens is these 2 boys, like, I guess, like, over the garden wall.
I've not heard of this.
Okay, so over the garden wall, without giving...
His only means of, you know, getting around and not getting completely lost. But he can also find different people, and they make a party. Who knows?
Maybe we can do, like, a D&D campaign with that idea.
Yeah, it's a complete D&D campaign. You're welcome.
Finish a D&D campaign first, and then do another one.
I can't finish a D&D campaign to save
I-
my life.
Dude, I never finish a D&D campaign. I'd like to finish a D&D campaign.
Uncle Donnie is a D&D campaign in his own right, the mines.
Uncle Donnie, the D&D campaign version.
Uncle Donnie and his many, many wives.
His many, many wives, his many, people. But, one of the things I feel like, he'd be a warlock, I feel, because I feel that's the only way he's really surviving.
Yeah.
Because he's wandering. He's wandering for sure in this whole illustration. So I feel like he got lost, or something happened. He still looks too well put together to be, like, officially lost.
Or, like, time has stopped for him.
Yeah, time has stopped. So, I feel like he's wandering this area. He's trying to figure out what happened. But...
trying to find the original crew that he was with.
yeah, for sure.
All of them were, like, separated and put into different parts of the forest, or even not even the same forest.
Yeah. I run a story, feel free to use it, of a human breathing in a fungus that becomes symbiote, and they wrestle for control over the body with the fungus, known as the Collective, giving Warlock power spells. Oh, fun! I feel like this would be something more along the lines of something like kind of closer towards like Dead by Daylight.
Yeah, it's an idea.
It's definitely an idea, which we appreciate. We appreciate ideas here.
Submit your ideas.
Submit your ideas. Give us your stories. We appreciate the community. It's like, hopefully, when we finish editing this and we put out the more polished version, you guys can do that.
We
And
can do like a
we could
story
do a poll.
contest.
I wouldn't say like a. Well, we could do a story contest. Like read other things besides Jeff the Killer,
And Laughing Jack.
Laughing Jack, Jeff the Killer, all this stuff. I feel like,
Eyeless Jack.
yeah,
I love the Jacks.
You love the Jacks. Eyeless Jack was actually a really interesting thing because he actually I feel like he's very justified in his actions. Dude was sacrificed as like a cult offering. Dude only wanted to help.
Yeah, he was such a helpful kid. And how he went was just not okay.
Yeah. So I feel like there's that thing. But I feel like this would be like he meets an entity and they're like, here's a lantern.
Keep this lantern with you at all times.
Keep the lantern with you at all times.
Should you lose this lantern, the consequences would be dire.
Yeah, so it's like, I feel they would definitely be out of their element.
Yeah.
And maybe that's why it's like all pale blue and everything, is that the entity is not really letting, you know,
once you are in the forest, you never truly get to leave.
Yeah, that's all up to the trees.
The dryads.
The trees. Isn't there like that one video where they're like, that's entirely up to the trees?
I am the Lorax, I speak for the trees.
And if you don't listen, you're gonna get no knees.
Pretty much.
Yeah. How does that look? So far it's looking pretty good for a silhouette.
Silhouette.
Stop. Ah! She's mocking me! Mocking me!
This is what ravens do.
You're like,
Ha ha ha!
silhouette. But I would say, for the most part, I'd say for the most part, though, it's like the entity has a deal with him, and part of that entity's deal is it doesn't let him leave. Maybe we could expand more when we do our, next session, which I say maybe we
will reconvene next Tuesday.
Yeah, next Tuesday.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned for next Tuesday. We'll bring Big Ball Daddy.
No.
Listen to the music! Listen to the music and you'll see why.
Tune in to next Tuesday, where we will have scary talks with Ember.
No, I just am like, you know those AI stories where they're like, it's like, I sure do hope nobody's in here, says guy with dog. There isn't anybody. Oh, don't worry, says man with knife, as he stabs man dog. And it's just like, it's so hard to take this seriously, you guys.
I tend to have that effect on her.
Yeah, she has that effect. But I was just talking about it earlier. Lol.
Damn music.
The damn music. Oh no. I'm gonna get you. Comes the tummy tickler. And just like, oh, good God.
No, I'm not good kitty. I'm evil kitty. Says evil kitty.
Says evil kitty. Yeah, all of that is just so...
I can't, like, talk in that way because, like, my grammar just wants to correct me, and so I just automatically re-correct.
Oh no, it's understandable, so I'm just like... It's... You ain't missing on much.
Hopefully I'm not judged harshly.
If my players decide to release one of my deities, it might just be maybe cause a mimic plague for campaign 2. Ooh, fun.
Its name is maybe?
It's a Mabby. M-A-B-E-Y. Yeah, actually, you know what? Mabby.
Mabby?
Mabby. So it's not maybe, but Mabby. Switch around the
It's a Mabby.
Mabby.
Ah, the bees.
The bees. Alright, I think we're gonna go ahead and switch back to good old lo-fi vibes for the minute, because we are gonna be closing out. Ooh, that's a hot... Sorry.
He ran me over.
Ah! See, we'd be very Scooby Shaggy.
How could you?
I'm not.
I'll never be the same after this.
You'll never be the same. Okay.
Be the same.
I think we're gonna end this illustration here. We'll finish it up off of stream, and then we'll put it up on our Ko-Fi. Of course, we're gonna be working on getting our Ko-Fi up a little bit more. We'll add it to the description once this whole live stream goes back up into a video form, cut into probably several pieces for your early convenience, because for your viewing pleasure. Why do you say it so so weird? You make it sound like one of those like Revlon commercials. For your viewing pleasure.
Let's see. Oh, no, I can't do any other voice than that.
Oh, good God. It's like, for your viewing pleasure.
For your viewing pleasure, we will cut this stream into complete different parts, just so you would know exactly where you're at.
Yeah, you know, we'll have that, have our bloopers and everything. But overall, I think, like, we got pretty well into it. We'll have the illustration posted up to our Ko-Fi. And hopefully we'll also have a sprite for Ember. Hopefully. We might just forget it.
I might just bounce around and just be in the ether. No one knows where I'm at. I might be behind you. Who knows?
You might be a coconut with legs.
No!
Coconut with legs. If you want coconut with legs, put it in the comments. Put coconut with legs when we...
Sprite?
Yeah, we're gonna get people to vote on your sprite. We're gonna have them vote for the coconut with legs.
I will never forgive you guys.
You'll never forgive them?
I will never forgive the coconut.
Fun stream, even if you missed up 1/4 of it, it's okay. You figure that out. I'm not a great typer, probably because technically, with German being my first language line, hey, listen, man, we don't German or otherwise, we don't judge. We appreciate the support either way. It's all good. All good in this hood.
And beyond.
She has to blame me specifically. Oh. Sam says you have to blame him specifically for that.
How could you, Sam? Why did you do this to me? How dare you?
Yeah, have the
Why
coconut
am I
with
a
legs.
coconut?
You're a coconut with legs, though.
Why do I
think-
pull that's a Monty Python reference?
A Monty Python reference.
A swallow. Is it a northern swallow or an African swallow? What does it matter?
What does it matter of what
It's a
swallow it
swallow.
is?
Well, some swallows are very tiny. They can't carry a coconut.
They can't carry a coconut. Good God.
Anyways, I just got off track again.
No, you're fine. I think like we
Again.
both got off track, but I think it was so fun to do that.
But put your recommendations for a sprite for Ember below.
Yeah, we'll make a sprite for Ember in the next stream, which will be next Tuesday. We'll see about other stuff, because I'm just like, it is getting towards like the holiday weekend.
That is true.
So it is like we're gonna probably face a little bit more difficulty with everything. But we highly encourage you to visit the Ko-Fi, because this is, yeah, we're selling out to our own shop, womp womp. But one of the things is it's free real estate. No. But one of the things that Ko-Fi is gonna be helping us do, and that's our page, Super Bandit Gamer, or AKA Little Artist Studios. We don't put the other part because it's really long, and let's be fair, why would we do that when you guys already know this side? But essentially, we ask that you come join the Ko-Fi if you can, just because then we're able to do more videos like this. I'm able to bring Ember on, we're able to get more assets and everything, and also hopefully not burn down my room next time, because my computer is roasty toasty, and
We are cookies, and we are overbaked.
yeah, we're overbaked cookies. A coconut-headed hydra attached by vines and base as is plants on roots.
That's very specific. Is that for me?
I feel like that's for you. It's a coconut-headed hydra. A hydra coke.
What?
A hydra coke. I think that is a great idea. We'll hold a poll.
Make me seem like I'm the villain?
You are on this villain streak. Off to order myself 2 steaks and a cookie with ice cream. Make sure to put some veggies in there, Sam.
Sam, can I have some?
No, you don't get any. Have some. We're both getting salad. That's what we're doing tonight. Salads. We deprive ourselves for good looks. You don't see it, but we do.
I don't need to watch my figure anymore.
Ugh! I'm just kidding. But, thank you guys for joining us. Again, if you want to support us and help us continue to make really cool content like this, to make more stuff, we have our Patreon, which it starts at a low $5 a month, where you'll get exclusive access to behind the scenes stuff, to a lot of our bloopers and all the other things that don't go into videos. So there's that, as well as the processes for some of the art pieces. You can also join our poster club, which we will be figuring out soon, just because I'm still new to Ko-Fi. But we also have cool keychains, stickers, and other stuff, all here from the underworld. So please go check it out. We're gonna be...
Yes, buy the keychains. Do it.
Hydro Coke. Yeah. And we'll be eventually holding a whole thing in the server. A thing in the server. So there's also that. Join our Discord, because we're both very lonely. I'm just kidding. It's just very
I'll
dead.
hang out with you anytime.
Yes, hang out with us at any time. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and say that we're gonna end it here. We thank you all so much for joining us today.
Bye, guys.
Can you please type your Patreon into chat? Absolutely. Give us a minute. Like 20 seconds. Give me like the 20 seconds.
20, 19,
Why are you
18,
counting down?
17, 16,
Guys, why is she counting down?
15, 14, 13,
Oh, good God.
12, 11,
God.
10,
No!
9,
No!
7,
No!
6,
Stop!
5, 4,
Why are we counting down? Stop!
1. Time has start again.
No. I feel like we're gonna add like an explosion after that. It's just gonna go like, and then like I'm just gonna be dead, and you know it's
This is now Ember's stream now. Welcome.
Ember's stream.
This is what Ember does. She takes over.
She takes over my stream, and I don't get anything. We're gonna go ahead.
No, yes, you do. You get more fans.
I get more fans.
Yes.
I do get more fans, and I hope. Yeah. So.
You better get more fans, because otherwise I'm coming for you guys.
Okay. Here is the whole link to the thing. Thank you, Sierra Tippets, for sending that. So we really do appreciate it. Alright. I think we're done here. I'm gonna go ahead and stop. 'Cause